Hello and welcome to this video on BMC Atrium Core concepts. In this video, we will understand the normalization engine best practices to achieve improved performance. Normalization engine modes. Normalization engine can be used in three different modes. One is the inline mode. Inline normalization is used when you have data changes to the sandbox. Second is the batch mode. This mode is usually used for initial data load when the volume of data is high. When you create a batch job, it gets created in the database. In the server group environment, the database is common, thereby creating the same job in primary as well as the secondary server. Best practice recommends that you should never run both the jobs in parallel as it might lead to data errors during normalization. Also, batch job is a heavy operation. Hence, it should not be run during heavy operational hours as it might impact the users and their functions. Third is the continuous mode. This mode can be used after you have finished normalizing the initial data load. Continuous mode is used when small changes in your IT infrastructure are discovered and those need to be normalized. Continuous job mode is triggered after the configure threshold is reached. The threshold can be number of CIs or a particular time interval. Best practices for normalization engine configurations. For a normalization job, version rollup normalization and DML instance normalization features are available out of the box. The user does not have a choice to enable or disable these features. However, there's an option to enable other normalization features. Open the configuration editor on the normalization console. For each dataset, you can enable the normalization engine features. For example, here we see that DML-based normalization and version normalization are enabled by default. Best practice recommends that you should also select the suite rollup normalization feature. Normalization engine normalizes only the out-of-the-box classes. If you have created any custom classes, then those classes won't get normalized. You need to explicitly add those custom classes. In the configuration editor, go to the class configuration tab and click new to add the custom classes that you want to normalize. For better performance, best practice recommends that you configure dedicated RPC queues. In the configuration editor, go to the system configuration tab and click on the RPC queue header. Specify unused RPC queue for both AR as well as CMDB. This will help in improving the normalization engine performance. Normalization is of two types. One is CTI only and the other is name and CTI lookup. Best practice recommends that you should use name and CTI lookup as the normalization type for the dataset. You can select the normalization type for a dataset from the Dataset Configuration tab in the Configuration Editor. Best practices for customizing rules. To help you manage appropriate licenses, you should enable the suite rules and also add new rules depending on your customizations. Best practice recommends you to look at your IT infrastructure and identify the suites and the license associated with those suites. Based on the findings, you can then create your own suite rules for better license management. Out of the box, you will have two suites as shown with specific versions. For all auto impact rules, there is a field called impact weight that calculates the impact of each CI for the service model. The impact weight is 100 by default. Best practice recommends that you identify each CI's impact value for your service model and then accordingly modify the out-of-the-box impact weight value. Do not make any changes to the out-of-the-box rules. It is always recommended to create a custom rule. However, if there be a need to modify the out-of-the-box rules, you must always create a copy of the required rule and then make changes to it. A dataset should not have create product entry. Always do a pilot normalization. Ensure product catalog has latest product name and version. Make sure that your categorization is productive. Have a clear understanding about BMC data and your data. Thank you for watching this video.